What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Boss Talk. And of course, you already know. If you don't know, my name is Moet, which stands for Motivation Over Everything That Trends. And I am your motivational queen. Of course, today I have another super dope, amazing interview with none other than Melvin Bulock Jr. of A-List Photography. He is a super dope, amazing individual. There are so many people that speak highly of him. I have been waiting in anticipation to be able to bring him in the studio to be able to conversate with him. So I'm going to bring him in now. So go ahead and tell the people who you are, what you do, how they can follow you, all of that good stuff.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Melvin with A-List Photography, man. Detroit bred, living in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my wife, Destiny. Um, Here in Dallas, we own a multi-production film studio. We do a lot of fun things. We do a lot of creating for people, and that's what I'm gonna speak on. That's what it is right now.
Amazing. And how can people follow you?
They can follow us at A-List Photography on everything. A-List Photography.
Awesome. Now, how long have you been in the Dallas area?
I've been here in Dallas for 7 years.
Nice. That's super dope. So, with all of your photography and everything like that, how did you initially get your start to know, like, hey, this is what I want to do? This is what I want to make happen?
It started back in high school. High school, I was playing sports. I was into track and football, and I noticed that we never had no one recording our games for us, so we can have highlight films and things of that nature. So I asked my dad for a camera, and from that first camera, it's been on ever since. I made myself a highlight reel. All my friends, all my peers wanted one, and it became a business. At that time, I didn't know I was doing a business. I was just having fun. And then I graduated high school, went straight into the money world. 10 years later, I went to college, Specs Howard School of Digital Media Arts. Came out of Specs Howard, the top of my class. From there, I was into the game. I was at all the clubs, the bars, the events, doing whatever I can to get my name out there. I went from doing an internship with Don Diva magazine. 2014, I did the BET Awards. I did the Soul Trainer Awards. I did a lot of galas just interning with Don Diva magazine. So they showed me the game. They showed me the ropes, how to get money. And from there, it was all about learning. I started investing into different programs, different online things, going to different seminars, anything I can to just enrich my craft.
That is amazing. That is super amazing. Now, I know I was going to ask you about the college aspect, but you already answered that question in your answer. But what was the like turning point that made you make that decision to be like, hey, let me go to school and actually learn these things to be able to enhance my career?
I started noticing different things. Once you get to a certain level, like I wanted a studio. I wanted more for myself. I had a job and everything at the time. I still had my camera. I still did pictures. I still did videos, but it was like mediocre to me. It was like simple stuff. And I was like, I can really make money with this if I really take it serious. So I found a school that did an accelerated program and give you accreditations in 1 year. And that's what Specs Howard was. And from there, going to Spec Howard, they showed me how to do everything faster. They showed me the basics of how to do everything correctly. You know, they showed me how to literally use my camera inside and out. They showed me the basic fundamentals of lighting. They showed me the basic fundamentals of audio. They showed me the basic fundamentals of a video camera. It don't matter what video camera you give me, what photography camera you give me. It don't matter what studio you take me to. I know how to utilize everything properly. From using studio with continuous light to using a studio with strobe lighting. You know, some people just have a niche and they just stick straight to it. I like to do some of everything, but what I had to learn was become a master of something first before you go to the next level. So I mastered photography, I mastered videography, I mastered lighting, and I mastered editing.
That is amazing. That is super amazing. I know like a lot of your work is super dope. A lot of people speak highly of you and everything like that. How has that journey been as far as like networking with people, meeting different people, creating different experiences for people and different things like that?
Networking is the key to a lot of success. You know what I'm saying? Before it was social media and things of that nature, it was always word of mouth. I'm really big on talking to people, you know what I'm saying, socializing, building relationships. So to me, you gotta do that to get anywhere you want to in life.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Now, I know you also spoke on like attending webinars and seminars and different things like that and investing in those type of things to be able to further your niche and further your knowledge in your field. How important would you say that doing those things are to somebody that is thinking about, well, I don't know if I should invest in this and different things like that?
It's super important. You have to invest in yourself no matter what it is. If you're not putting the money behind you, then who else gonna do it? And knowledge is power. I mean, when I say it's power, it don't you could come in and strip me from everything I have right now. It doesn't matter. I have it up here. So I can always go obtain it and get it back again. So me and my wife, we always pouring into each other. My wife bought me books. My wife bought my studio I'm in. My wife bought me my first studio in Dallas. So
Amazing.
having somebody like that in your corner, pouring into yourself, learning the next wave. Every 10 years, something change. Every 10 years, it's a new wave. So I'll be 10 years ahead of the game. I'm figuring out what's going on, what's popping. I know I'm going a little bit off subject, but I just gotta speak about this. We just came through a crisis where COVID hit, and we nobody knew what COVID was or nothing like that. It's our first time in history that we had a shutdown. And I'm talking about a shutdown for 2, 3 months where stay at home, right? I still was an entrepreneur that was making money because I was doing live stream. Live streaming changed my life. Live streaming kept me and my family afloat. It's because I was on the wave of what was new instead of doing what everybody else was doing. Because I had live streaming equipment, I was able to still get money with the pastors. Because I had live streaming equipment, I was still able to do corporate videos where they wanted their stuff to look very good and professional. Like, look at my setup. I'm here. You're interviewing me, but look, I have lights on me. I have a backdrop behind me. I have a microphone set up. You can tell I took pride into your interview today. I wanted to be presentable. I wanted to show this is a videographer, this is a photographer. Well, why his stuff don't look right? Why his presentation not right? I wanted to make sure I came to your show like A-list. And I put that with everything I do. Everybody I work with is an A-list. Everybody.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Now, speaking on like anticipating those changes, anticipating the differences, how do you put yourself in a position to kind of like be ahead of the curve in regards to your field?
Reading, reading books, seeing what's going on, figuring out the different aspects in your business and your company. You know what I mean? My company is more than just taking pictures. It's more than just videos. My company, you know what I'm saying, is an actual running business. You can come here with your own video setup and we can edit it for you. You can come here with your own pictures unedited. We can clean them up for you. You know what I mean? You literally can call us to fix a problem.
Amazing. That is amazing. So, in regards to like your work life balance, I know you mentioned that you're married, different things like that. How do you balance that with your work, with your career and everything like that in your personal life?
To be totally honest, I didn't balance it. It took my wife to help me to understand to be still, take a break. Let's go on vacation, take a seat. So I give all pride on that question to my wife. I'm a workaholic. I'm working trying to figure out can we pay the I want to pay the bills for the next 6 months to the next year. I don't want my wife to have to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? I want the bank accounts to overflow. You feel me? When she says she ready to go, the money is there. I ain't gotta wait, ain't no hesitation or anything like that. So my wife gave me balance. I didn't have it before her. Before her, it was just work, 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 work. I sit down, I party when I'm 60, when I'm 50. Like that was my mentality. You know what I'm saying? I have fun later. Let me take care of this now while I got the energy while I'm young, and I'll party later on.
That is amazing. I know a lot of times, especially whenever you're an entrepreneur and you're working hard at things, you can get wrapped up in work a lot of times and different things like that. So, how has actually setting that time aside to be able to really enjoy the fruits of your labor and really take a moment to just breathe and not have to worry about work? How has that process been?
Um, Again, give praise to my wife. What we did was we sat down, we looked at our schedules, and we dedicated a day to family time. And then me and my wife, we still have date nights. Family times is Sunday. I don't work on Sunday unless the bag is like, you better get that bag, baby. I tell my wife a bag come in on Sunday. She like, boy, I'm going to work with you. What you doing? What we got? But Sunday is family day. Anybody that know me, anybody that really be around me, they don't bother me on Sunday. Sunday we go to church, we have a good meal, or we go out and we enjoy ourselves. It's relaxed. We watch clothes, we watch movies, you know what I'm saying? We lay up, we do each other feet, like stuff like that. We really enjoy each other on Sundays. And then date night would be anytime we pick. We pick a anonymous day out of the month, put it on our we got a board at home, we put it on the board. That's date night. Don't nothing come between date night.
That's amazing. And that's so important to make sure that you are able to have like all of that together in harmony for your business, for your life, for your family. So, what is one of the greatest accomplishments that you've achieved so far in your career?
Marriage. I cherish my wife. I cherish my family, my foundation. That's an accomplishment in its own. You know, changing generational curses. You know what I'm saying? Standing on your own 2 feet, to vow to someone, to be faithful to someone, to do right by someone. That accomplishment itself is it's a lot. You know what I mean? To work through arguments, to work through disappointments, to work through mishaps or misunderstandings. Outside of that, I did some beautiful things within the last few years. I have certifications. You know, I'm certified in different things, which separates me from a lot of people in my lane. Dallas ISD certified, meaning I can work in the schools. I can do things like prom, homecoming. I can do special events. I get calls for different things. I'm also certified for federal, government, and city contracts. One of them is a minority certification, hub zone certification, SBE certification, and I'm working on one more. But just having those certifications puts you in a place where you be seen by the Fortune 500 companies. And when you know that not when you know that knowledge and you know the language they talk, then you be seen on the radar where when they have to spend money for tax breaks, you the one that they spend the money with.
That's amazing. And what pushed you to start getting those certifications?
I'm gonna tell you something, man. It was like when I first moved here to Texas, my first year was horrible. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I worked through it and I didn't give up, but I had a strong wife that pushed me and said, baby, you can do it. I believe in you. You got drive. I went to everybody I thought that was doing something here in Texas to ask for help. I was like, look, I do this, I do that. I'm really good at it. I'm qualified. Let me give me a shot. And I don't know what they was really saying or whatever, but everybody was scared to work with me. I guess it was because they seen my hunger and they knew like if I get a taste of anything, I'm gonna blow up. And it was like I just wanted to work with a team. I'm very team oriented. I just wanted to be around like-minded individuals. We can all get money together. I'm not trying to watch nobody pockets or nothing. I got a wife at home, a kid. I just want to do right, go home. But I wanted to do something where we all can win together. When I seen I couldn't get nobody to help me like I really wanted, I had to go learn where's the people that I need to be around. Certification systems, you know what I'm saying? Dallas ISD, you know what I'm saying? Places that wouldn't question my price. When they ask for a quote and I give them my quote, they not trying to underbid me. They like, okay, that's your price, no problem. We're gonna pay it. You know what I'm saying? So it put me in a different place to change your surrounding area, you know, change the people you around. You know what I mean? And it took me 7 years,
Wow.
7 years to be, I'm not even comfortable, but I'm complacent. I'm all right. You know what I mean? To even be all right enough to be like, all right, baby, we good. 7 years. So I had to start over. Before I moved to Texas, I was the stuff. I'm not gonna brag and boast, but I was living good in Detroit. If you know anything about assets and liabilities, I only had my asset column was so high, I had no liabilities. Put it like
Wow.
that. My rent, I was living in my studio in Detroit. I had a BMW that was paid off, and all I had to pay was my cell phone bill and insurance for my car. I had no other bills.
Wow.
I was making money living out of my studio, right? Had a part-time job where I could have health insurance, and I was driving the car of my dreams. I had no bills, and I was getting booked for weddings, big jobs, working with the line. I had an agent. I had people booking me for like the Red Wings, Detroit Red Wings, Detroit Pistons. I was doing all of the galas, stuff like that. I left all of that to create my family here. I created my family here and learned that my granddad and my grandmother was from my granddad was from Waco, Texas, and my granny was from Oklahoma. So it's like I came back to my roots and didn't even know it. I didn't even know that until I moved to Texas. I found
Wow.
out my family was from here. You know what I mean? When I moved to Texas, that 7 year run that where I'm at now, it took 7 years to get where I'm at, and I'm proud about it, is because I'm now running a full running studio and contracted in the state of Texas legitimately. And it took me 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Usually they say within 10 years you will see your business grow. But I look at it like 17 years because I had already did 10 in Detroit and I was living it up. So I thought I was able to come to Texas and just bounce right back like it was gonna shake. It didn't shake like that. I had to learn a whole new language in Texas.
Wow, that is amazing. That's super powerful, and it speaks volumes to just staying the course and being committed to what you set out to do, in regardless of how the situation may seem or who is or isn't supporting you, and just going to find your people and finding your way. So I know you say you moved from Detroit to Texas. What was the decision in that move?
You ever had a point in your life where you felt like you reached the cap? Where it was like you need to blow that cap off. You hitting the roof. In Detroit, I did everything. I done everything. What's next? What was next? And I came down here to visit my brother, Raymond. Shout out to my brother, Chef Lynch, A-list lifestyle, A-list cuisines. Um, I came down here to visit my brother for his birthday, and I met my wife. And I had to tell her within 7 days. I splurged on my wife so hard when I was here. She ain't know. She thought I was from Texas. But when it was time for me to leave, she changed that whole script. Like, nigga, what you mean you about to leave? But and all in all, me and my wife did a long distance relationships for about a good year before I decided to come here. And I told her, like, one of us got to move. This relationship too good for us not to enjoy it. Me and my wife literally once a month flew to see each other. She was flying from Texas. I was flying from Detroit. We was taking turns. And then I'm like, look, something got to give. I'm really enjoying this, you know? So I sent her a one-way ticket one day and let her know I'm coming. And then from there, we've been on ever since.
Wow, that is amazing. That is so amazing and so inspirational and everything like that. I love that. So, in your career, I know that you work with a lot of different people and everything like that. How did those collaborations come about? Like as far as like with What's Up Dallas, as far as with JFL Fred, different all of those different people. How did those collaborations come about?
Networking, networking. I met Fred like within 3 years of me being here, and he always just been humble, always been eager to learn, always been on like what's next. So I give as much game as I can to Fred, and Fred then became like a brother now. So I can't even look at him like a business. I mean, like a friend or anything like that. Fred family, and Fred introduced me to Miss Rachel from What's Up Dallas. Shout out to Miss Rachel, What's Up Dallas magazine. And me and Miss Rachel been going hard. I sat down with Miss Rachel. I gave her an idea. And I said, Miss Rachel, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I can help, you know what I'm saying? Push some stuff different for you. And she was like, well, let me show you. I mean, she was like, show me. And I was like, okay, come to the studio. So Miss Rachel was doing everything by herself, and I showed her the difference of taking the load off and allowing somebody else to help her. And from there, it's just been climbing the ladder. So shout out to What's Up Dallas Magazine.
Amazing. That is amazing. And how does it feel like being a part of like people's journey and different things like that and like opening up their horizons and all of that? How does that feel?
It's priceless. You got to think about it how like who when you call yourself a boss, you know what I'm saying? Real bosses give back. Real bosses do stuff with no intentions. Real boss uplift people. You know what I'm saying? Real boss make sure the whole team win. So you ain't a boss until you show me that you did those things.
Right, exactly, exactly. So, what are there any major projects that you're working on? Anything major that you have coming up that you want to speak in regards to?
Man, shout out to the team, man. Shout out to Skrill. Shout out to Yana. Shout out to Spike Spielberg, my partner, man. My ride or die, Spike Spielberg, baby. We got movies coming out. You got Swerve Way movie coming out that's gonna drop on Tubi and a couple other platforms. You got I Got You Forever. We just shot, we finished editing. Shout out to the editor, Spike Spielberg. You know what I'm saying? We both edited, but Spike took the gist of it because of my crazy schedule. We got I Got You Forever getting ready to come out. So we running up movies on the movie game real quick. We're doing a lot of commercials, a lot of advertisement, a lot of product placement. The goal is to get the whole team to stay busy, you know what I mean, and have the whole team grow more teams. So we're a full production. When I say we're a full production, it ain't nothing we can't do collectively.
Amazing. That is amazing. That is super amazing. I definitely look forward to those projects coming out and coming up and all of that stuff. That's amazing. You guys are moving and shaking over there. I love it. I
Yes.
love it. So, outside of that, like for somebody that is thinking about getting into photography, for somebody that is just starting out, what are some tips or some pointers or some words of wisdom that you have for them?
Oh, of course. Buy you a camera that fits you. Don't worry about what everybody else telling you to do. Buy you a camera that fits you. Take some classes, do some workshops. You know, everybody can't afford to go to school and do things of that nature, but you can go to a workshop. You can go to a seminar. You know, you can go to a person like a mentor and say, hey, can you show me some of those things? Anything you do to enrich your knowledge. The more you use your camera, the more you use it, the better you will be.
Amazing. That is amazing. Now, one last question. If you could go back and talk to your younger self, what would you say to you?
If I can go back to my younger self, I would have went to school earlier. I would have told him to go to school straight out of high school. I went straight into the workforce. I went straight to get money. It took me 10 years to go back to school. I would have went to school earlier. I would have experienced what it was like being on a college campus, living in a dorm. You know what I'm saying? So I would have just told him to go to school earlier.
Amazing, amazing. Now, again, let the people know who you are, what you do, how they can follow you, if they want to book you for any services, how they can get in contact with you, and different things like that.
Oh, thank you. Again, I'm Melvin with A-List Photography. On all social media platforms, you can follow us at A-List Photography. Our website is www a-list photography.com. We can do anything media related you need. We can bring any vision you have to life. We can start from a storyboard. We can do a shot sheet for you, or we can do run and gun. It don't matter what it is you want to do media related. We can help you. We even do monthly content. So no, don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Amazing, amazing. That is super amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time. If you got a couple of minutes, hang back. I'll let you know the next steps and everything like that. But definitely thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in. If you didn't catch any gems or you're coming in at the end of this, definitely start it over from the beginning and definitely listen in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys. And until then, I'll see you next week. Bye.